Okay. Okay. I see you. I see plenty of you who are convinced that this whole thing was staged. And look, I'm not saying it's impossible. In fact, I'm going to try to examine the evidence as you've shared it with me and then let people decide. First and foremost, the word staged is trending on Twitter. Why do people think it's staged? Well, because the ratings for the Oscars have been abysmal over the past, I don't know, 5 or 6 years. I don't know how having like this type of thing leads to more ratings next year. I suppose name recognition, and next year when the Oscars come up, people will be like, "Oh, that the event where Will Smith went berserk?" Maybe they'll tune in to see if another person will go berserk. But here's the picture, and I understand why people feel the way they do after seeing this picture, and I can't necessarily refute it, but there's more to the story. So here's the moment right after the slap. Chris Rock clearly smiling, and Will Smith also smiling. So it's after that, it's that moment. There are also people that think because he was leaning forward with his hands in his pocket, here we can see how he's sort of wincing before, but I mean, the hand is okay. I'm not going to debunk it. I'm going to say this is the picture that people are showing. They're saying that he's leaning in, he's got his neck tucked, which is how you want to take a hit. No attempt to block. His hands are still behind his back and bracing for contact. And he's even making eye contact with Will. Now, Will had kind of a weak throw. He was very exaggerated movement, but it didn't really seem like it was that powerful. And again, Chris almost has that look on his face where he's like, ooh, and Will is smiling right there. The interesting thing is what happened then. What makes it seem real to me is the mental breakdown afterwards, screaming at him, keep my wife's name out of your mouth, with the F word. If it was staged, I'm not sure that the Academy would have had him saying those words. I don't think Chris Rock or Will Smith need any additional clout, so I don't think there's value doing that. Now, the officials of the Academy have come out and say it wasn't staged, but of course they would. So like, I get that, but I'm just reporting to you the facts as they exist. Real or staged. Oscars 2022 official sets the record straight on the slap. Will Smith slapping Chris across the face at the Oscars was not a planned stunt, an official confirmed Sunday night. Someone who works for the Oscars told me that Chris Rock was not interrupted by Will Smith at rehearsals yesterday. Variety executive editor tweeted from the Dolby Theater. It was not supposed to happen. It was real. Representatives for the Oscars did not immediately return the Page Six request for comment. 53-year-old Will Smith stunned and confused the world when he walked on stage and struck Chris Rock after he made a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith. Now, I still think that up until the very moment, like, I'm willing to let you, I want to just have the discussion, have the case, because this is all anyone wants to talk about this morning anyway. I've got stories about Elon Musk and LeBron James getting a Razzie coming later. But, here you have, all of the things that happen after it that make it seem like it wasn't staged, okay? Here is another look. Is this the moment Chris Rock tries to make peace with Will Smith? Moment captured off-screen shows comic apparently trying to apologize to Will Smith during a commercial break after the G.I. Jane joke. Here you have my cat meowing in the background. Smith shown sitting down at the bottom left-hand side of the image. Okay, wait. Around 10 minutes later, with the proceedings paused for the commercial break, Chris Rock can be seen in an untelevised moment leaning forward from the stage, gesturing to where Will and his wife were sitting. Right here. You see them. He is shown holding out his open palm as if to apologize to Smith, who in 45 minutes would go on to be presented with the lead actor award despite the event. Actor Denzel Washington is also shown in the photo standing between the pair on the stairs leading up to the stage as if to keep them apart to negotiate a truce. Smith, shown sitting in the bottom left-hand side of the image, appears unmoved. He is shown holding his wife's hand while looking straight ahead of him, as if to avoid eye contact with the man who he just hit in front of Hollywood's elite and millions of viewers at home. Despite his best efforts, it was reported that Rock was still holding the red winner's envelope in his other hand, was unable to speak with Smith. In his speech after the winning, the lead actor Smith apologized to many people, including tennis stars Venus and Serena Williams, the daughters of Richard Williams, whom he portrayed in King Richard, but snubbed Rock in his apology. In the same commercial break, along with Tyler Perry, could be seen Denzel Washington and Tyler Perry were seen consoling him. Rock made a joke about the hairstyle of Will Smith's wife, blah, 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 blah. We know what happened, okay? What I think is interesting is if it was staged, okay? This is like OJ's book. If I did do it, then nobody knew. Nobody knew. Then nobody knew. Because the reactions were real. The fallout was real. The LAPD got involved. All these other behind the scenes clips were. So, okay, let's say hypothetically the smack was staged. Okay. I don't know. So I can't say people who believe that. I happen to believe that it was real. Well, let's say hypothetically, if it was fake, would Chris Rock be reaching out to apologize to him in between scenes? Probably not. Would Chris Rock have declined to go to an Oscars after party after it? Probably not. Would the Oscars deny it? Yeah, probably. But there's another article here where Chris Rock canceled his plans to attend the very same party where Will Smith was. Again, if it was planned, maybe. It didn't take Will Smith too long to recover from his moment at the Oscars, where he struck Chris Rock on stage. Within hours, he attended the Vanity Fair post-ceremony bash, where he danced and rapped along with his biggest hits, including Summertime and Getting Jiggy with It, while also taking selfies and receiving high fives from the crowd. Smith's lashing out at Chris Rock, who made a joke about Smith's wife, elicited some condemnation. Rob Reiner tweeted, quote, "Will Smith owes Chris Rock a huge apology. There's no excuse for what he did. He's lucky Chris is not filing charges. The excuses he made tonight were BS." Rapper 50 Cent echoed, "Don't you ever play with me, LOL." And of course, Jaden Smith getting 900,000 likes, saying that's how we do it. You have to win Oscars to do this kind of S. After I win, I'm going to slap the S out of a few people too, LOL. Now, what I thought was interesting is where you had, Chris Rock. Here's other people reporting on it, by the way. Comedians are weighing in, everything, it comes at a time where telling jokes has become controversial, with some topics completely off limits. Let me tell you something. Okay, so the joke prompted Will to storm up on stage. We already know that. Wow, dude, Chris Rock replied, it was the G.I. Jane joke. Everyone had their opinions on the smack, but other comedians in particular were shaken by the incident. Kathy Griffin wrote, "Let me tell you something. It's a very bad practice to walk up on stage and go after a comedian," Kathy Griffin shared. "Now we all have to worry about who wants to be the next Will Smith in comedy clubs." Well, I don't think Kathy Griffin has to worry about that. So upsetting on every level, bravo to Chris Rock for not eviscerating Will Smith, which he could have done any day of the week. He walked away. Bravo from a sad, pathetic, toxic masculinity and a narcissistic madman. Rosie O'Donnell. So it wasn't staged, and Chris Rock could press charges against Will Smith and probably sue his dumb A. Wow, surreal from Tommy Chung. Patton Oswalt saying, very nervous for my show at the Improv tomorrow and Tuesday. Anyone have a catcher's mask? Conan O'Brien agreed. Judd Apatow even wrote, he could have killed him, Apatow wrote on Smith's behavior. That's pure out of control rage and violence. They've heard a million jokes about them in the last 3 decades. They aren't freshmen in the world of Hollywood and comedy. He's lost his mind. It's interesting. So here's the article about Chris Rock not attending then the after party. So you can see Jada was also seen. So at the Vanity Fair party, he was supported by Jada and their children Willow, Jaden, and Trey, after tainting his first Oscar with a live TV punch 20 years after his first nomination. And he told the crowd, it's been a beautiful night. It's all love. Jada was also seen laughing and dancing at the side of her husband, performed in front of guests at the bash, including Serena and Venus Williams, Kendall Jenner, Kim Kardashian. I don't care about any of these losers. Chris Rock was expected to attend, but changed his plans after the incident, reportedly because Smith had an entourage of at least 20 people going with him. Smith's jovial mood at the Vanity Fair event was in stark contrast to his demeanor as he angrily struck Rock before returning to his seat, repeatedly to scream, "Keep my wife's name out of your mouth." The incident was so outrageous that the audience and millions of viewers initially thought it was a prank. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. I sincerely think they might take this away from him. But then again, I think Roman Polanski still has his. So hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.